Okay, everybody, we're going to play Double Jeopardy now, and Barbara gets to select. Famous names 200.
For $200, here is the clue.
This late American composer and conductor did some work under the pseudonym Lenny Amber.
I was afraid the Cubs would... Contestant number 1. Wrong was I wrong?
Absolutely.
You'll have 60 seconds to provide your...
Who is Leonard Bernstein? Yeah.
Correct.
Let's go with the famous names for 400.
For $400.
In 1971, this Canadian Prime Minister married 22-year-old Margaret Sinclair in a secret ceremony in North Vancouver.
Contestant number
Who is
1.
Pierre Trudeau?
Yes. Select.
Let's go, famous name 600.
For $600.
This man, once host of TV's Life is Worth Living, was appointed Bishop of Rochester, New York in 1966.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Fulton J. Sheen?
Yes. Select. For $800, here is the clue.
Chile's Allende appointed this general the Army Commander-in-Chief of August 73 in September was replaced by him.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Augusto Pinochet?
Oh, sorry.
No.
That's not right.
Oh, I forgot the T. Oh, my bad. General Augusto Pinochet Ugarte. Oh, okay. Oh, well.
For $1,000, let's take a look at the end.
General nicknamed Vinegar Joe, who was in charge of U.S. forces in China in World War II.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Joseph Stilwell?
Yes. Select again.
Let me have classical literature for 200.
For $200.
In ancient Greeks, lyric poetry was usually sung to the accompaniment of the stringed instrument.
Contestant number 1.
I'll say what's the liar. Yep.
Yes. Select again. For $400.
This epic poem by Homer of adventures after the Trojan War used modern techniques like the flashback.
Contestant number 1.
What is the Odyssey? Or the Iliad? No.
Sorry, incorrect.
Probably
Anyone
the
else?
Odyssey. The Odyssey, yeah, I should have gone with that.
For $600.
The father of history who wrote a 9-volume work on the wars between Greece and Persia.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Herodotus? Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's correct. For $800.
Cicero's and Demosthenes were among the lives this Greek biographer
Contestant
reviewed.
number 1.
Who is Plutarch?
Yes, select. For $1,000. Let's take a look at the answer.
Tradition says this Prometheus-bound author was killed when an eagle dropped a tortoise on his head.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Aeschylus? Yeah.
Yes, select.
Hail to the Chief, 200.
For $200. Here is the clue.
After his death, December 4th, 1799, Napoleon declared a week of mourning in France.
Contestant number 1.
Who is George Washington?
Yes, that's correct. The answer there is one of the 2 daily doubles. How much would you like to bet?
$800.
The answer there is...
Except for Cleveland, every elected president from Grant through McKinley was born in this state. What is Ohio?
Yes.
Hail to the Chief, 600.
For $600.
He was the first U.S. president to visit the Berlin Wall. Who is
Contestant
John
number
F.
1.
Kennedy?
Yes, that's correct. For $800. Here is the clue.
This hard cider president was the first to die in the White House.
Contestant number 3.
William Henry Harrison.
Yes, that's correct. For $800.
Proteins and peptides are made up of these compounds, often called the building blocks of life. Oh.
Contestant number 2.
Amino acids, yeah.
Yes, that's correct. For $1,000. The answer there is...
From the Latin word for spark, it's a scientific term for a star's twinkling.
Contestant number 3.
Scintillation.
That's correct. For $200.
Act 1 of this opera opens on Catfish Row, a section of Charleston, South Carolina. What is Porgy and Bess?
Contestant number 1. Good job. For $400.
In a Rossini opera, he was a barber. In a Mozart opera, he was Count Almaviva's valet. Who is Figaro?
Yes.
Figaro, 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 Figaro!
For $600. Answer.
This Verdi opera is based on Shakespeare's Merry Wives of Windsor and Henry IV.
For $800.
London Opera House first opened in 1732, burnt in 1808, reopened in 1809, burnt in 1856, and reopened in 1858.
Contestant number 2.
Covent Garden.
Yes, that's correct. For $1,000. Answer.
In this Offenbach opera, a poet tells of his 3 loves, the first being a mechanical doll named Olympia. The Tales of Hoffmann.
For $200. The answer is...
Invertebrates is the process of reproducing an entire organism from a single cell. Cloning.
For $600, let's take a look at the answer.
This instrument for detecting and recording earthquakes is basically just a large pendulum. What's a seismograph?
Contestant number 1. Yes. For $400.
The first of the artificial elements after uranium, its chemical symbol is Np. Neptunium. Alright. The other daily double.
It's a daily double. What would you like to wager?
He was the last Whig elected president. Fillmore was the last Whig to serve. I'm going to say who is John Tyler.
Sorry, that's incorrect.
Zachary Taylor. Oh, okay.
For $200. The answer there is...
For much of the 19th century, Ecuador's Chimborazo was believed to be the highest peak in this range. One of the Andes Mountains.
Correct. For $400.
This Washington State peak has the largest single peak glacier system in the lower 48 states. What is Mount Rainier?
Contestant number 1. Right. For $600.
This volcano overlooking Naples last erupted in 1944.
Contestant number
What is
1.
Mount Vesuvius?
Yes. Select again. For $800. The answer there is...
This isolated volcanic zone in Tanzania rises to two peaks, Kibo and Awanzi.
Contestant number 1.
What is, Kilimanjaro? Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yes. Select again. For $1,000. Here is the clue.
Mount Greylock, Massachusetts' highest point, rises in these hills in the northwest part of the state.
Contestant number 1.
What are the Berkshire Mountains? No.
Sorry, incorrect.
Awful.
Bazoo!
Missed.
Bazoo, bazoo, bazoo!
Missed.
Alright, that's it. Up in the sky.
Ah!
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
We're back for Final Jeopardy. And the Final Jeopardy category for today is
Declaration of Independence.
contestant number 1. Contestant number 1, what would you like to wager? The Final Jeopardy clue is you'll have 60 seconds to provide your response. Good luck. Contestant number 2. Contestant number 2, how much would you like to bet? The Final Jeopardy clue is you'll have 60 seconds to provide your response. Good luck. Contestant number 3. Contestant number 3, what would you like to wager? The Final Jeopardy clue is you'll have 60 seconds to provide your response. Good luck. Contestant number 1, we'll start with you.
What?
Your Final Jeopardy response
How
was
close are we to Final Jeopardy?
correct.
We're there right now. Game's just about over.
And your Final Jeopardy wager.
Yeah, we're at Final Jeopardy right now.
Your total,
Oh. Okay.
contestant number 2, let's see what your response was. Wrong. And your Final Jeopardy wager was your total. Contestant number 3, your Final Jeopardy response was correct. And your Final Jeopardy wager was your total. Contestant number 3, you are now the reigning Jeopardy champion. Congratulations.
And I'm going to see you all for that next segment, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off too.